Okay, this is the doorbell. And it's sealed. It's not illuminated. Doorbells are beyond the scope, but I like to inspect them. And it works. Now this video is going to be a little different than the others. One, it's going to be long, so buckle up. This is the interior. The other one is that you might not be able to hear me so well because I'm wearing a mask. I have gloves, so I've missed a little tactical sensation, but we're inside now. Boots, doors, downstairs office study. This downstairs office study does not have a smoke alarm. It's not a bedroom. There is a smoke alarm in the downstairs common area, so there may be some debate about whether smoke alarms are required or not. If you read the manufacturer's instructions, they say everywhere you think you need one. They will not tell you not to put a smoke alarm in. So I'm thinking that this could be used as a bonus room or bedroom, or somebody might sleep in their office. Double pane vinyl frame windows. I've gone through here and unlocked every one of these windows. So to go home, I'm going to come back through. I'm going to have to come back through and operate and lock each and every one. I've only done a representative sample of the electric receptacle outlets. I haven't found any issues so far. Since I did both windows, I might as well do all these. That being said, again, before I go home, I'm going to test every one of these receptacle outlets that I can get to. Every one I can reach. The AFCI protective devices for these was tested at the electric load center. Service panel, breaker box, call it what you will. I tried testing them with some of my other equipment, which is older, and there's not any newer equipment I'm aware of that tests these things. The manufacturer says test them at the... Oh, that's interesting. Kind of a little stiff. No big deal. It says test them with the test buttons, which is what I did, and so they passed that test. I like to do what I can. Moving along upstairs. This is a formal dining area, I believe. I'm also chewing gum. I apologize, it's kind of rude, but my mouth dries up when I talk a lot. And my mouth dries up when I talk a lot in a mask. So, survival. This is the upstairs common area. I'm just going to call it the den. Call it the den. Because that area back there, I think, would be the game room. And again, I'm not going to do all these. It's interesting that they are stiff. So that's a good thing to show you. They might not be so stiff after I open each and every one of them. Or they might be. So just know that these windows are about 24.5 inches above the carpet. So these windows are high enough. For safety considerations, consider children according to code. That's the living or the great room. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. There's another one of those smoke alarms. And by the way, these smoke alarms, or at least the ones in the big common areas, but enough of them are combination carbon monoxide and smoke alarms. Coming along, this is how you get into the attic. The upper attic. We went into the garage attic already, if you're watching these videos in the order they were posted. Coming along. Linen closet. Game closet. Game room. North bedroom. We have a north and south bedroom, downstairs, guest bedroom. We haven't been there yet. Master bedroom, 4-bedroom home. This is the pink room. That's pretty nice. We kind of expect it to be. The house isn't very old. Coming along, got the bench. It's kind of nice. And then we got the... There's where I was walking earlier. Again, if you cared to watch the movies in the order they were posted. I can't tell who watches my movies, but I can tell if they've been watched. And I don't have any illusions. I know that some of them get passed over. We all have to manage our time certain ways. This window, again, is tall enough for safety consideration. This is what I'm calling, or have been calling, or will call the game room. This is it. Let's see here. A couple of notes while I'm up here. In this room, what we're calling the south bedroom. Not to talk about here. Now this window is higher than 24 inches from the floor. It has a seat in it and a sill like that window does. But see how much higher that window is? So even though this window is higher than 24 inches from the floor, this seat is much lower than 24 inches from the floor. This window is pretty darn close. And then this window is higher than 72 inches from the ground. That's a straight drop to the... So, I don't know if that's technically a code violation, but this is definitely a safety consideration if you're going to put small children in this room. Or your drunk uncle. It is definitely a safety consideration that I cannot find a code for. I cannot back it up with any specific documentation. But, just be aware. Be aware. Now, this is one of the 2 thermostats. This one's in the south bedroom, the other one's in the master bedroom. A thermostat is a dumb animal. It only knows what you tell it to do. So, if you tell this thermostat that you want it 53 degrees, for example, then this thermostat's going to run until it's pacified. And then at 53 degrees, it'll turn itself off. Which is fine and dandy, but this thermostat is facing the west wall. So the radiant heat from the west wall can influence this thermostat because it only knows what it's told. It can't measure ambient temperature. It measures what's happening to it or what happened to it. So what happens is if you get this thermostat and you set it on 77 degrees like I found it, and you set it on 77 degrees like I found it, and you shut this door and you're comfortable with 77 degrees, this thermostat will run until this room is 77 degrees. The people outside, they might be hot, they might be cold. We don't know what temperature is on the other side of the door because the thermostat is now isolated. Its environment is only this room. And you got a lock on the door so they can't bother you. Just turn like that and they can just bang on it. Maybe they can call you. I don't know. But the only way this thermostat can regulate the entire upstairs is with that door open. Just a thought. And that's improper. Both the west wall and the... Hello? Okay. These sinks do not have percolators. Some people call them overflow drains. That's perfectly fine. They're not required. But again, since this is children up here, if the kids are rinsing out their bathing suits or, giving their Barbie a bath or the Barbie doll a bath or whatever, and they get distracted like children do, there's nothing to keep this water from flowing over on the floor. Again, the percolator is not required. Just thought I'd let you know about it. This is GFCI protected. This is GFCI protected. When you trip this one, when you test this one trips. Oh, why not? Why not? We're going to be here for a while anyway. You hear that? There's a trick over here. I'll reset this. Comes back alive. This is supposed to have one of those annoying little stickers on it that your kids will peel off anyway. I peel mine off. They're ugly. But it's supposed to have a sticker so that it advertises that it has what it has and does what it does for who it does it for. Underneath here, it all looks pretty, again, nonchalant, pretty boring. At the end of the day, that's what we really want. Coming along here. You hear that? That's the vent fan. Now this vent fan, the earlier attic video, this vent fan is the one that's loose up at the roof. But I wanted you to hear it. I'm saving that for something later in the master bathroom, just to let you know. Oh, you can probably guess it. Everything's working fine. Everything's working fine. Moving on along. At least we found out what that vent was for. Now, I'm not closing these blinds because I gotta come back and do the windows. I'll come back and do that guy. But I will. Moving down the stairs. I really like that shelf. I got stuff that would fit on it. These floors are not wooden floors. These are ceramic tile floors. Okay? So we've got ceramic tile floors and carpet. That's our floor covering. This is the coat closet. It's under the stairs. It's pretty big, actually. First time I saw it. The plan is to see everything before I get out of here. This is GFCI protected. This is interesting. These are called extenders. We need these. Okay? Because when these boxes are installed, they're installed in the wood and the studs so they were flush to this wall. And then when the splash back comes in, it sticks it out. So we need these things. Some people call them goof rings. They're not expensive. They're like $2. Those are extenders, and we need those, and that protects the inside, the flash from getting out. Well, they installed one over here, but they didn't install one over here. See that gap right in there? See that? So there should have been 2 installed, or they should have bought a double, or they should have done something. When I pulled that off, I do that. It's a courtesy. It's beyond the scope. But I like to mess with the builders a little bit. I'll pull it off. I'm like, dang, you got that. You got that. I like that on my reports. But I'll be darned if you didn't get it. So I just open this one up here and I'm like, woo, look at me. Swing along here. We're jazzing out, man. Did I do the middle one? Yeah, I did. Okay, we got a vented vent hood. We got the light on and off. You can see that's working, right? And the filter looks pretty good. I wanted to get a data plate off of this, but I was having a little trouble with my gloves getting this screen off. So, fan speed 1. Fan speed 2. Fan speed 3. We don't have any fan speed 3. What do we do with fan speed 3? What do we do with fan speed 3? The fan speed 3 switch is missing. Oh no. Screw. Kitchen sink. This is the anti-siphon device for the dishwasher, which is being used right now. Underneath the sink, we will find that we've got a stopper for the garbage disposal, but we do not have a strainer basket for this. Cascades down nice and well. Moving along here. This is the light. This is the switch for the garbage disposal, and it can be low like this without out of sight. It can be low like this because the manufacturer, where your instructions supersede, manufacturer 1/3 horsepower. So they say, and this is 1 horsepower, you couldn't put that switch here. 5/8 horsepower, you could. Half, you could. 1/3, definitely, you can. But just know this, that if you're up here digging your wedding ring out of there, and and the door's open, and your knee hits that, or a child comes in, or the devil comes over, or whatever. But that's a precarious location for the switch, for which there is, I can't call it a fault. I can't. I'd like to. I want to. Over here, this is the drain line. See this right here? This is an escutcheon plate. You don't have a escutcheon plate on this drain line. You don't have a escutcheon plate on this drain line, and the two master bathroom lavatory drain lines. You don't have those. This is an air admittance valve. That's a good thing, but they're not permanent. So every few years they need to be replaced. Just I don't know. It's Oatly brand, so you might find out. And this is the drain line for the dishwasher, which the dishwasher has a disconnect, and it is GFCI protected. I can't find hardly anything wrong with this dishwasher except for this drain line right here. It's kind of kinked right there. You got a kinked drain line. You see that little board right there? That's what keeps your sink in place, these two little boards. And then they glued it in up there. The manufacturer, the sink manufacturer, thinks that clips should have been installed, and they're screwed right into the bottom of the cabinet. And that holds it in place. But that takes a lot of time, you know. You're never going to get to the beer store that way. You're going to spend all day on this job, are you, boy? So, anyway, it's screwed up. I wouldn't, you know, dance in there or stand in there. I wouldn't imagine you would regardless, and you'll probably never have a problem with it. But just know they didn't install the clips like they should. Coming along here, the microwave works fine. I tested it. Oven works fine. I tested that as well. Refrigerators are beyond the scope of the inspection. They are. But it seems to be doing a good job. I didn't check it for ice. I don't even know how to... Let's see if I can make a mess here. Ooh, that's water. Cubes. Yeah, I'd eat that if I didn't have a mask on. This is the breakfast area. This is the floor. It's the only floor receptacle outlet that I found. Is that one right there? And it works. It works. I tested it. I haven't tested these yet, but I will. This is the fireplace. My client had an issue about the fireplace or concern. Okay. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. If you want it on, you turn it left. If you want it off, turn it right. This is a switch for it. It has a pallet light in it. And it comes on. You can see it burning just like that. Now, if you were to turn the gas off, if somebody were to turn the gas off, this would go off. And it has a sensor in it. So you can turn the gas on. It's not going to like poison anybody or anything. But then you'd have to, if you turned it off, you'd have to come in here. And there's instructions. It's just like a water heater, a conventional water heater if you're used to that. If you've ever been camping, it's like one of those gas stoves. It's not like fireplace rocket science. There's the pallet light, on light. So you have to turn that, you push the button in, you follow the instructions. Push the button in, you get the pallet light started, and then you get that on. And it also says, turn pallet off when appliance is not in use. So, you know what? I think I'll just do that myself. So we turned the gas off, and it went away. Switch off. And then just because we like to do it right, we put the switch to off. Oh no, that's the pallet. And that's off. Now when you go in the pallet, this little notch, it tells you what you're doing. You turn the pallet, you gotta hold it in. You gotta hold it in while you push that little ignition button. I'm gonna leave this open and see if I can get the serial number off of there. I like to do that if I can. Moving on along, more of these double pane vinyl frame windows. Lots of switches. There's the doorbell you heard. There's the smoke alarm, the carbon monoxide alarm. There's your patio. The patio. Seems to be doing pretty good. Again, a little redundancy never hurt, but is that a drain hole for the patio? What is that? Is that for an umbrella? What is that? I don't know what that is. Moving on along. We're in the master bedroom. Pretty good size. I hear an echo. I can get lost from here. In fact, this is about just a little larger than mine. Huh. Here's your bathtub. We're going to get into that. Here's the sinks without the percolators. Hot's on the left, cold's on the left, right, cold's on the right. We're missing some of the discussion plates. Just like in the, what is that, the upstairs bathroom? No, not the upstairs bathroom. It's in the kitchen. The kitchen, I'm missing it someplace else. This is the light switch. Huh? That's the light switch. This is the fan. Fan switch should be on the right. I don't know that. But regardless, the fan's on. Well, maybe it's not. You got another switch over here. Dang! Thought I had something there. I really did. Okay, so the fan is working, but it's awful dirty. It's a save. I was going to show you how it didn't work. Anyway, it does work. It's just dirty. There we go. These commodes have been flushing. I've been flushing them. I've been opening up, looking at them. Inquiring minds want to know. I've been there. This is the thermostat for the water heater. The water heater shouldn't be set more than, you can, but it shouldn't be set more than 120 degrees, and it's not. So this is the thermostat for the water heater. You have a tankless water heater. We already saw the video on the other side. No, you're not going to see. You haven't. If you're watching them in the order they're posted, you haven't seen that video yet. Huh. This is the master shower door. It doesn't have a gasket underneath it. If this shower head hits this door, or it bounces off of your body while you're taking a shower, you're going to need to put a towel or something underneath there. But there should be a gasket under that door. But this is even more interesting. The shower head is not supposed to be pointed towards the door. And it's not supposed to do that. Of course they did it. It's done now. The shower heads are not supposed to be pointed directly at the door. That's a code thing. I'll bake that in. This is your garden tub, which is code for you don't have a jacuzzi. You don't have a jet tub. But that's okay. I don't like jet tubs anyway. I don't. They're nasty, I think. But it's not my house. If you want a jet tub, I inspect them every day. I inspect them all week long. Jet tubs. They're fine. But this house doesn't have one. This is a thermostat for the air conditioning facing a west wall that does not have a window. No radiant heat. It can face the west window, but it's still in the bedroom. So if you have it turned down to 60 degrees, it'll try to Jesus. It'll just sit there and crank till it gets to be 60. If you close this door, it has no idea what's going on the other side. We already had this conversation. And we've already heard the jokes about you could lock it and they could text you and all that. But we found it at 77 when we got here. I did. And that's where we're leaving it. I am. This is the laundry. Laundry equipment's not inspected, does not convey. It says it's in place. I need a clue. Let's do a clue. More dry, less dry. How does this work? Alright. Start. Okay, I know it comes on. I know that it comes on. So it's getting at least 120 because it spins the drum. I don't know if it has a complete 100, 240, 230, 220. I don't know if it has that or not. But it comes on. It's a 4-prong electric. I'm not sure here. I'll get a better look, but I don't think there's a gas connection back there. I really don't. If there is, I'll tell you. I'll tell you if there is, but I'll tell you what. I can't say that. I'll tell you if I can see one. And I don't see one. And I don't see a label either. There should be a label in there, close to that. Tell you how long And the GFCI works on that. That's in the garage. I'll go reset that. That's the door stopper. Need those. And another GFCI. That works. More things to do in the garage. But you're supposed to have a label on the clothes dryer vent connection, the connector. It tells you how long the vent is and what the diameter is, so that when you buy laundry equipment, you can make sure that it can handle that length of a run. And most of them can. I get that. But you're supposed to know. You could buy for example, this is a pretty long run, and you bought, an economy clothes dryer. It might not push it out. It just might not. Hang on. We're almost done. Hang on. Moving on along. This is the downstairs guest bathroom. Vent fan that works. GFCI works. Do not have the percolator. Looks like I do not have a percolator. Tub works. Everything works. Let me see if this is where I was looking. No, that one's got a discussion plate. I gotta open up some doors now. Sometimes I get lost. This is the guest bedroom closet, guest bedroom window. Last issue of the day. This door is self-closing like it's supposed to be. That's nice. But when I'm over here, alright, let's just do this for a moment. This is the door that I'm going to wipe down with alcohol. I didn't forget. I did not forget. See that air? It's not sealing very well. And that's our tour. 27 minutes